What is going on, guys? My name is Blind and I am back again today with another tutorial video, and I'm going to try and make this one as quickly and as simple as possible. This is going to have to be my second take doing it because my computer, I do not have an external hard drive and I only have like 30 gigs, and Fraps apparently takes like 1,000 gigs to run a video. It's just unbelievable the amount of space that a Fraps recording actually takes from your computer. But today we're going to be talking about OBS or Open Broadcaster software and streaming to Twitch with an Elgato. The settings will be pretty similar when it comes to the Elgato as well as like the AverMedia and HD PVRs, but comparing the two, they're all pretty much the same, maybe a little bit of tweaking. But OBS is a free software given to you by the Twitch. It's actually on the Twitch homepage that you can find it for free rather than XSplit that you have to pay, I believe, monthly or every 6 months, $15, I believe. So definitely it being free and the simplicity and the intuitiveness of OBS is unbelievable. It's simple to use, simple to pick up and learn, and then not have to mess with it again. So definitely comparing it to XSplit, I would recommend it 100 times over to anyone getting into streaming. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in here. When you first get into OBS after downloading it, and by the way, a link will be in the description for you to download it and follow along with me. Without further ado, though, let's begin. So when you start, there will be no scenes. There might be one that'll say scene 1 that you can actually use yourself, or you can edit and make a new one if you want. So if you do, right click and go to add scene, name it whatever you want. So I do use OBS to do local recordings for YouTube as well as streaming. So I have a Stream Baby and then local recordings for YouTube. Today, obviously, we'll be discussing the stream settings and what is necessary for it. There will be no sources here. But we'll go ahead and get into settings since that's a little bit more in depth, more than the sources are. But so you go up to settings, click on settings again. You will change nothing under general. Moving on to encoding here, you want to change your encoder to 2x64 or by 264, excuse me, and use CBR. You want to have that checked. It means use constant bitrate, where it means there will be no lag present in a stream if a lot of things are going on at once, explosions, gunshots, a lot of things at once. It will drop the frames, and you don't want that, or drop the bitrate, and you want it to be consistent the entire throughout. All right, so then make sure your CBR padding is selected as well. And then your max bitrate is going to vary from person to person depending on your upload speed through your internet provider. I average between 10 and 12 upload megabits per second, that is. And so I pushed the limits and put it at 10,000. Not necessary at all. As you can see, this set the maximum bitrate used for the video. Note that also your average bitrate will vary. I believe it said, will be at this value. This value is based on your buffer size. You generally want to set the value below your upload bitrate. So even so, because I average 10 to 12, normally 12 or 11, 10,000 is underneath. But again, this is probably pushing the limit and not necessary. They recommend, I believe, 3,500 to 5,500. So anywhere in between there, you're fine. Pushing it at 10,000 is not necessary, but I do it anyway. So again, I'd recommend putting on 4 or 5,000 and you'll be good to go. It'll also change your buffer size when you change your bitrate. Nothing else you'll change except for the bitrate. I believe the standard is on 120. You want to change that to 160, as well as having your channel set to stereo for your audio. Moving on to broadcaster, I have it on local recording, but you select live stream. Select Twitch, as that's going to be the one you're streaming to, and your closest server can also be found at speedtest.net when you test your internet. Mine obviously is Chicago, and this stream key is a little difficult. You want to Google, just type in Twitch stream key, and it'll give you the step-by-step. I can't give you that. I can't give you that information at all, not because I don't want to, but because I don't have your stream key. Everyone's is different. It's obviously this long thing, and it's a different password, numbers and letters different for everyone. So Google, and it'll take you the steps on how to get it. Nothing else you'll change if you want to do local recording, but like I said, it's not really necessary to this video, but I have it set to F11, so it's just a high key. Then I don't want to change any of the settings. I didn't change anything. Then go to video. You want to make sure you have a custom resolution of 1280 by 720, allowing you to stream in 720, and resolution downscale to none. Select that at the one that you had selected above, obviously the 1280 by 720, and 30 frames a second as that's standard for Twitch regulations. Then you'll go to audio and then have your microphone selected, whether it be a Blue Snowball or whatever microphone you may have, Turtle Beach, Astros, whatever you have. I have obviously the Astro Mixamp selected as a default device on my computer, so that's what I have. For when I talk, it'll go through my computer as well as to the stream. Then you want to have a mic offset at 1500. It is standard, I believe, for every mic. It takes 1.5 seconds for it to go from the sound to go through your mic through OBS into the stream. You want to have it on 1500. You absolutely have to have it on that, otherwise it will not be synced up. And you'd move on to advanced. Make sure it's set to very fast, high encoding profile, and then let's see. I think those are the only two things that change on this page. Ultra fast and super fast you can go with if you want, but not necessary. Again, you want to kind of stick close to what I have here if you want to have similar setting qualities. And Twitch does say I have a very high stream quality, so we'll leave it at that. I believe that's going to do it for the settings. So we'll go ahead and close out of the settings here and then go back to the scene. So this is now, that was the bare bones and we'll say the backbone of your stream itself is those settings. Now in come the vitals and everything here are going to be the sources. So this is obviously going to be empty and you would right click. So first to add, say the Elgato, you would go to right click, hit add, go to video capture device and name it Elgato or whatever you may have, HDPVR, AverMedia, whatever it is. You can name it that or name it something funny if you want. And then once you hit OK, but instead of hitting OK, I'm going to back out and open it so it'll show you the settings so I don't have to redo them since I don't have them memorized. Your device is obviously going to be your capture device, your Elgato, AverMedia, yada yada, whatever that may be. All right, and then you want to go down to the time offset is 1100. This is going to vary from person to person, and no two people are probably going to have the same. You want to change it between 1100, 13, 15, and maybe even 17. Again, it's the time that it takes, and let me kind of explain this. So the video and audio do not match up. That was the biggest issue I had, was I would shoot the gun, you would see the explosion, but the sound between then was off. So you just want to edit it and between 11, 13, 15, and 1700. I have it at 1100. It may be different for you. That is going to be the one thing you'll have to tweak that'll be different than mine. And the best way to test it that I did, and I know it sounds silly, you can go to my past recordings and see it too, because I actually sat in a private match on Call of Duty, and you have to pull the trigger and say when you pull the trigger at the same time going bang, 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 bang. And I sat there making silly sound, bang, 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 bang. And it sounds funny and it looks silly, but it is what you have to do to match it, because when you shoot the gun, you want this gun sound to be made as the gun is shooting, as well as your voice to be synced up. So that way, if you make a reaction to something, it's not seconds later and people don't know what's going on. So you want to make sure that is set to 1100 up to 1700. Tweak it to whatever you want. All right. So then next, we'll say you want to have a webcam set up. You would obviously go to add, go to video capture device again, and name it webcam again. But instead of doing that, I'll go ahead and cancel to save time as well. And then open it up. You'd name it whatever, and then hit OK, just like you did with the Elgato, and select your webcam as the device. All right. So I have a Logitech C160, which is a very old one, and the max recording or the bit rates, the resolution's at 480. Not very good, but it's what I have, and I work with it. So you want to have the millisecond buffer to 1200. That's the time it takes for your reactions and your facial reactions to things to take for it to go through everything and for it to broadcast on the stream. 1200, this is not something I ever changed. I looked up, what is a good buffer setting delay. 1200 is the standard one that most people use, and that is what I use and never had to change it. So 1200 there, and that'll be it for that. All right, so say one other thing, just to kind of save time. You can do what you want to do an overlay. This is what I just learned how to do the other day. If once you get an overlay and you discuss that with whoever made it for you and they set everything up, you would go to image, all right, and then name it overlay again. All right, so let's see, overlay, overlay 7. But then you'd hit OK just like you did before, and I'll open up mine. So then it'll bring up this setting here. And then this is going to be empty where it says browse. You click on browse, find your overlay. Awesome, there's mine. So double click it, making it the selected image, and then hit OK. All right, and then the one thing you want to know, let me preview the stream here for you really quickly. It'll do this when you first get it. You want to make sure that your overlay is on top of the gameplay like it's about to be, and then the webcam on top of the overlay. So let me start up the webcam, and you'll be able to see me. Ooh, there I am. That's really dark in here. But all right, so to change that, you would click on the overlay, go to edit scene, and then you'll see it'll make red lines on the outside. You can edit it by doing so. So there you go. I can move it around, do whatever I want, and then once I find where that is going to be a good fit, which is going to be right there. It's not actually very even on either side, so I want to have it as even as I can. So right about there, it's even on both sides. The bar is not too obtrusive there on the bottom, and then my webcam is selected and on top, so you can see the order. It goes webcam, overlay, and then Elgato. All right, so That is going to do it, guys. So this is just a quick tutorial. I'm sorry if I kind of rushed through. This is standard. You have to know these settings and how to get everything fluidly working because it takes a lot to learn, but it's definitely a high reward, and I really enjoy streaming. So you guys will enjoy it too, I think. If you want an overlay similar to this one, I'll put a link in the description for the person who made mine. You can contact him on how to do it. So you can kind of see. So when I talk, like I'll put my hand up when I say, "Hey guys," and I'll wave, and then see kind of the delay. So this is the delay because it's in real time. I'm recording in real time through the voice. You guys hear my voice, and then the delay. So I'll put my hand up and say, "Hey guys," and then watch the webcam. Hey guys. All right. See, there's a delay in between. So that's what you want. Um, because you can kind of feel like you're a time changing warp or whatever the word is. I don't know. It feels like you're controlling time. It's pretty crazy when you actually watch it, and it's kind of trippy when you get into it. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was informative, and I hope you guys took something away from my video and enjoy streaming as much as I do. Again, all the links for everything for OBS download as well as where I got my overlay will be in the description. And if you enjoyed it, guys, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, guys, my name is Blind. We'll see you.